A very good morning to my dear computer students. Today we'll be starting up a new chapter, and the name of the chapter is File Handling, and it's chapter number 5 in your supplementary book. Okay, so today we'll be reading out what is file and why do we need it and how we can handle the file with Python. Okay, so basically we'll be covering these topics which are a part of your syllabus in the sessions of this chapter. Okay, so initially we'll be giving introduction, and then we'll be dealing with the data files, then how to open and close the files, then how to work with the text files, what are the standard input, output and error streams, then working with the binary files and working with the CSV files. Okay, so we'll be discussing these topics in detail one by one. Fine. So beta, why do we need file and what it is purpose? Actually, whenever we are working with programs, we need something to store our data. When we are processing some information, we need to store it, and if you want to store that data, then there is a provision called files that is going to store your information permanently. Okay, we may also use the word processors when we are in need of creating the document files, right? And we may use the data programs also, database program also, for creating files where we can store the information, right? And compilers, what they are doing, they are reading the source file and generating the executable file. Okay, so file, why do we need file? File is basically required to store your information. Okay, so file is a bunch of bytes that is storing the data on your hard disk or in your pen drive, right? Fine. So let us see the types of files that we have to deal with while we are working with the Python. So first file is basically your text file, and second another important file is your binary file, right? So what is text file and what is binary file, and what are their utilities, and how we can use these types of files with our programs, right? So we'll be discussing it in detail. So let us start with the text files. So text file is actually, it is storing the information in the form of stream of ASCII or Unicode characters. Okay, ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. We have discussed about this ASCII in our previous videos also. Okay, so actually this translation has to be done because the computer, it understands the coding in the form of ASCII or Unicode characters. So a translation has to be done because we can't understand this ASCII and Unicode characters, and every key on the keyboard is having a particular specific ASCII code or Unicode for each of the character that is present on the keyboard, right? So this translation has to be there. So we people are dealing with the high level language, and computer is not able to understand that language, so internal translation is going on. Okay, and that translation has to take place when we have given commands in terms of text files. Okay, so in the text files, each line of the text is terminated with a special character, and that special character is EOL, and EOL stands for end of line. Okay, and whenever internal translation is going on and the compiler or the interpreter, it founds the EOL character, that is end of the line, so it is basically what it is doing, it is using it as /n. Okay, EOL, it is being translated to /n, and we all know that /n is basically for the new line entry. Okay, so now let us discuss the text files, the different types of text files you may work with. First is your regular text file, and second is your delimited text file. So regular text file is basically, it is storing the text in the form as you are typing, means as if you are typing, it is storing in the similar way. Okay, and here we have a new line character that is ending up the line, and the text translation takes place when internal this translations are going on, right? And the file extension for this regular text file will be .txt. Okay, the second type of text file that we may deal with is delimited text files. Now what is this delimited text file? Actually, in these text files a specific character is stored to separate the values. Okay, either we will use tab is a combination of 5 consecutive spaces, and we have a tab key also on the keyboard that gives 5 consecutive spaces when we will press it, right? The text that is being stored in the delimited text file, either it will be separated by a tab or it will be separated by a comma. Okay, so this tab characters, when we are using tab characters to separate the values that you are storing in your file, then these files are known as TSV files. Okay, TSV stands for tab separated values. Okay, and its extension could be .txt or .csv. Okay, and when we are separating the data or the values we are storing inside the file with the help of commas, then these types of files are known as comma separated files. Okay, we'll be reading out about the CSV file, what it is its importance, and why we prefer these comma separated files in detail when we covering this topic in this chapter. Okay, so this topic is very important. When we are saving a particular file with the comma separated values, we should go through this topic in detail, because CBSE always puts a question in your question paper regarding this topic. Okay, so kindly pay attention whenever I am discussing this topic in my videos. Okay, so same extension the tab separated values files were having, it's the same extension we will be having for comma separated values or files, right? So the same extension .csv, and here also .csv. Okay, so example I can take, like if you are storing your regular text, that I am a simple text, like we have written this text in our file, so this is our regular text file content, but when we are storing this text file in the form of TSV, so this TSV will be separated by this symbol. Okay, this TSV will be separated by this symbol. Okay, and when we are using this CSV file content, then it will be separated by this commas. Okay, so this format, if it is being followed, then it will be a comma separated values, and this format, if it is being used, so it will be known as tab separated values, right? And we may replace these delimiters with these symbols also. Okay, these are the most commonly used delimiters in your CSV file, like we can use commas, we can use this tab, we can use this pipe, we can use this tilde symbol even. Okay, so we can use these symbols in our CSV file. Okay, so next type of file is your binary file. See, actually in general we may be using with working with these text files, but when we are working with these binary files, then there is something special in it. So let us study this paragraph in detail. This paragraph is really very important. So this paragraph will let you know what is the difference between the text file and the binary file. So what is binary file? Binary file, actually it stores the information in the form of stream of bytes. Okay, and a binary file contains information in the same format in which the information is held in memory. So that means what? So as means there will be no translation. So in memory, whenever the information that you are storing in your text file, whenever it is reaching to the memory, it has already been translated. Okay, I told you that internal translation is going on. So this that means what? Directly you will get the computer will get the direct information in its memory. So you will be entering the data in the same format as it has to be in the memory, means there will be no internal translation. Okay, so see, if I am doing something and that has to be translated, then it will be given to computer, so definitely the time of translation will be added up. But here in this case, because no translation has to take place, so definitely the time of execution will be little less. Although we know that computer is a very high speed device, but still it's few milliseconds, and if the data is too large, so there will be certain delay in translation. Okay, so when we are dealing directly with the same format as it is in the means that is acceptable by the memory, so definitely it will be in the binary form. Okay, because we know that computer understands only binary language, so if something we are giving directly to the memory in the binary format, so there is no need of translation or any specific encoding, right? Encoding and decoding. So that means what? The file content that you are supplying is in the raw form. Okay, so there will be no delimiter of line, as we were looking at EOF, that was a delimiter here, so that was indicating the end of line. So as such, no delimiter will be used in the binary files. So I hope you are clear with the differences. Firstly, there will be no translation. Secondly, there will be no delimiter for a line. Okay, so if we are working with the binary files, so they are really very fast and easier to program. I mean, the whatever program you have written, it will be easy for the interpreter or compiler to read it and understand it. Okay, so what they are saying, as long as the file does not need to be read by the people, means if it is not to be read by the people, it is just for the usage of the programmer who is expert in binary, and it has directly means the programmer and the computer, only these two are the ones who are going to use, then it should be written directly in the binary form. If user has not to play any role, so definitely it should be in the binary file. Okay, so best way to store the binary file is your directly writing the text in the binary format. Okay, and the binary files, they can take variety of extensions. Okay, now the text files can be opened in any text editor and are in human readable form, while the binary files are not in the human readable form. So you must keep this difference also in your mind. Okay, now we'll be dealing up with how to open and close the files. So what is there inside the file? The information, the data that we have to deal with, right? So whatever information we are having in the file, and if we want to read it, so definitely we need to open that file, and once we have read that information, we need to close the file as well, right? So we will be now dealing with the different operations of the file. So what operations we can perform on the file? The first is reading data from the files. So if we want to read the data from the file, we need to open it first. So for that we'll be using a open function. Okay, then we can write the data to the files. Okay, and we may append the data to the files. So we'll be reading out what is the difference between writing data to the files and appending data to the files. Okay, so that's all for today, and tomorrow we'll be continuing with the same chapter. So before that, this theoretical concept should be clear to you, so that further when we are moving, you are clear up with these things. Thank you so much.